Please, if you don't mind, let's celebrate our pastor one more time. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us your facility as well to do this. We are grateful. Thank you for supporting this. And for our convener, how are you? Good to see you. Are you happy how the program is going? Very happy. But you were keeping your smile when I came. You were not happy I came late, right? All right, so it's not my fault somehow. Today, somehow, we don't know when we are accepting this. Today is our workers, all our branches came. So that's why we keep shifting it. So if I left them there, I left them there for your sake. So please forgive me. It's not my nature, okay? But we thought, well, when I asked him, he said we're going to be here till around 4:30. So I thought that, I didn't know when you started. But anyway, I'm just saying that for you to smile. Let's celebrate our convener one more time. And be happy, for the impact you have made in the life of people. Thank you for organizing this. Anyone that has done any program will know that it's not, it's a very selfless thing to do a program. To gather people, reach out to people, organize, put your time, put your energy, put your money inside it. Thank you. Please, if you don't mind, let's celebrate her one more time. Where's the convener? So, convener 1, convener 2. Our speaker. This is speaker, this is convener. Convener, I've already apologized for you. Maybe they will transmit my apology to you. All right, so my assignment is very simple. I'm supposed to be talking about True North. Okay, how do you resume? I don't know if the panel has finished or they're still going to ask me my own question. They're still going to ask me a question. They have done all that. Or they did not do that part again. That again, okay, because I'm looking forward to that. I wanted to answer questions. So if you have a change of mind to ask questions, I'll be glad to do that. So my assignment is to talk about understanding, your true north and how that imparts you to generate, becoming a strong voice for the next generation. I hope I'm talking to the parents. So it's like talking to the parents, right? Now, there's a man, is a football coach. There's a football coach. Well, I don't know why my brother's not here. Is it about, would you put invite my men? You're making our men look minority. Because I like to talk to my men all the time. I run something called for men, the man thing. So I like talking to men a lot. So, and I know if any change is going to happen in any place, particularly home, the man needs to subscribe to it. Okay? So, there's a man. The men may know this guy more. There's a man called Jose Mourinho. How many of you know him? He's a football coach. Women should know him if your husband would like football. All right? He was, or he's still, one of the most considered as one of the most successful coaches around the world. Why I'm trying to use him is that he was a man that knows how to use his voice. And I'm going to use him as an example of how your voice can help somebody stay on the true north and stay on the right path and become their best. So he has coached many clubs in many countries. He has coached, Real Madrid. He has coached Chelsea. He has different clubs. He's one of the coaches in the world that has led 3 clubs from different countries to win the Champions League. One of the things they know about Jose Mourinho is that they believe he's a man that knows how to use his voice. That he has, and that's what I want you to know as a parent. Please help me lift and say, I believe. No, the way you are saying it, say, I believe my voice can change the trajectory of the lives of people around me. Jose Mourinho was one of the people who spoke so eloquently to his club members. In fact, there is the one he spoke to the people in Chelsea. There's a man called John Terry. All right? He told John Terry and a few other people that, do you know that you are one of the best midfielders, Didi Drogba, all these people. He challenged them with his voice. And those people, they rose from that point and were able to make very strong impact. The point I'm making is that God that has given you children, or if not your biological children, anyone around you, that God has given you a voice that when you talk to them, that those children, they can find their true north and stay on their true north. Let me give one more example. You know, Henry Ford worked with somebody that was his boss, okay? And his boss, at that time, the locomotive engine was what was powering, or rather the charcoal was powering the locomotive engine, which is, they carry coal and be thrown into that, chamber, and it's burning, and then the engine will use the combustion and move. So he went and asked his master, his boss, and told his boss, sir, is it possible for an engine to be powered by gasoline? At that point, his boss later told the story that he, the boss, did not even know whether that can work. But he lent his voice to Henry Ford and told him, yes, it can be done. Henry Ford later said that because his boss simply said, yes, it can be done, he went and started working until now. A lot of engines are powered by gasoline. The point I'm making is that your children and the people that God will bring your way, you need to know that your voice matters to them. Your voice can shape them. Your voice can bring them back on track. Your voice can be the only voice that they will hear to stay on track. When I was doing my youth service many years ago, about 20-something years ago, I was doing youth service. Part of what I did those days, some of you that you are in the same age with me, so you understand this story. So I like to hear my father and my mother often. So one of the things I did is that those days we used to have these magnetic tapes that have tape recorder. So I took the tape recorder. I went and gave my father. I said, I'm going for youth service for 1 year. I'm not going to come back to, our state until I finish. I'm from Abia State. Until I finish before I come back. Then I went there. I asked my father, anything you would have wanted to tell me, talk to me about it on this. And I gave it to him. I walked away. He spoke. I gave my mother, and I gave a few other people that were mentors on my life. I'm trying to tell you, I understood the power of voice. I was busy harvesting voice. Something happened one time. Then my mother was the one that sang a song. My mother sang one powerful song. He even used my name to sing the song. So she sang and said, sorry if you don't know the song, I'll try to interpret for you. Say, Andy Ghana. My native name is Ndukwe, so he said, Andy Ghana. You know that song? So she just kept singing that song before she started praying, before she started advising me. Then the very first statement she said, as though she knows, she said, my son, we are going to Osun State. I'm not going to be there with you. When your head wants to do one kind, come and play this thing. And I can tell you many times I had challenges that my head wanted to do one kind. I went back to my father's voice. I went back to my mother's voice. I went back to the voices of the people who were my mentors at that time. Please help me look at the person by your side. Say, your voice is powerful. The way you are saying it is as though you are hungry. Say, your voice is powerful. Have you been in a situation where somebody was trying to do something wrong and everybody is telling the person is not listening? Then they say, just call the father or call the mother. And the father or mother appears. He said, John, calm down. Oh, why you bring my mama here? Why you bring mama here? Why you bring Male here? And then the person will do what? Calm down. That tells you the power of voice. But it's not every voice that can do that. It's a voice that knows the following things I'm about to tell you that can help the next generation. Number one, are you ready with me? It's the voice that understands that the voice can unleash potential. You must know that there are potential in the lives of people. Your voice can bring out potential. That means somebody may not even be so bold or confident about what he or she can do. Your voice can produce such kind of influence on the person's life. There are people who have unleashed people's potential. It's like Jesus telling Peter, he said, Peter, your name is Simon. Now I will call you no longer Simon. Your name is what? Peter. You are now the rock. And upon this rock, I'll build my church. So his name was not Peter. His name was Simon. It took somebody's voice to elevate him to unleash that potential that he carried. So when you hear potential is what someone can do that he has not done. So if your voice is going to be powerful, your voice must be capable to unleash the potential that somebody carries. Number 2, your voice must be purpose-driven. In other words, that voice must be speaking to somebody about purpose. You cannot be speaking all the time and you are always, abusing somebody, correcting somebody in a harsh way. There are some people, they think that they are doing somebody something good. They are actually abusing the person. In parenting and other things, they can see a child and then draw the hair of the child. They say, you, they hear what I be. You will, when you enter trouble, you will call me, you will not see me. When you get pregnant, I'm telling you to come to the house by 7, you're not here. You see, you will get pregnant, you will come out of school. You think that you are trying to motivate the person. What you don't know, you are doing the opposite actually. I understand the place of telling people the consequence of their action, but you should speak more from positive than from negative. I'm sure there are some girls that their father told them that if any man touches you, or the mother, if any man touches you, what will happen? You are pregnant. I don't know if you heard about the story about the one that the mother said, no man should even see your pants. And so, she climbed up the tree. The boys were trying to do that, so she climbed up the tree. And then the mother said, why did you climb the tree? He said, I climbed up the tree so that the boys would not see my pants. I said, so what did you see that? He said, no, when I got to the tree, I actually stood up. He said, you help them see the thing I'm going to see. So the point I'm trying to make is that if you're not careful, you may think that you are doing something positive. Or you tell your child, what you are coconut head though. Your head is not correct. Those people that came first, do they have 2 heads? You may be talking like that, thinking you are saying positive, but you are being negative. So number 1, if your voice is going to be the type of voice that will generate a lot focus to the true north and encourage the next generation, number 1, you must speak with what? Understanding of potential of that person. So don't talk to the person based on just the person's present. Talk to the person about their future, about what they can become. And then that's where purpose comes in. But what is true north? Before I continue to list, I jumped that part. What is true north? When you hear true north, what does that mean? True north is like where you have a compass. If you have a compass in your car or just your wristwatch that has compass that rotates. The compass is, no matter where you are, the compass job is always to point you to the right direction, to point you to the north side. Because once you get the north, you are able to know whether I'm southwest or otherwise. So instead of them to say find north, south, east, west, and south, they just focus on north. The idea is that once you find north, other things can fit in. Other things can, find their shape back into the main thing. So the true north is talking about divine compass. It's about divine compass. It's God ordained purpose for somebody. That is the direction that if somebody is going, that person aligns with God. And that if somebody is not going that way, that person will drift away from God. If you don't want your child to drift away, your children to drift away, then you have to use your voice to help them to come to that place. In Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5, the Bible says, before I formed thee, I knew thee. So you need to speak with purpose, knowing that your child or that young man or that young lady, he or she is not an accident. There is no child. Sometimes we tell people, you may have what they call outside wedlock, all this one. I said there might be an illegitimate relationship, but there's no illegitimate child. Every child carries purpose. So you must understand that true north is about pointing people back to purpose, to discover their purpose and stay with their purpose. So now, number 3. Number 1, I said about potential. Number 2, I said what? Purpose. Is that correct? Number 3, if your voice is going to be a voice that will motivate the next generation, it must be a voice that is very directional. You see, There's no need for you to be talking, and when you are done talking, the young person you are talking to does not know what to do. Your voice should show direction. Even God, when God was speaking to us, God says, see, I've said before the life and death, but I asked you to choose life. So it's a voice of direction. Your voice must be a voice that provides direction for the people you are speaking to. When I was speaking to our children, I have 2 of them in the university. When I was speaking to them, I was speaking to them with direction. I have 3 children. 2 are at the university, 1 is in secondary school. The past 3 years, only me and my wife are at home. Our marriage turned 20 years last year. We are heading to 21 years now. And when I'm talking to them, we settle down. The last one that was going, my son, we were in a swimming pool. We're talking, we spent that swimming pool for almost an hour. The sister came. We said, no, don't. The boy asked him, will you leave this place? We're talking about real matter here. In my mind, I wanted to laugh, but I couldn't laugh. He said, go away, we're talking about real matter here. And I was telling him, now you are going to the university. What's your goal? What do you want to achieve when you get to university? What's your role? And I told him, when you go to university, realize that many people here are not pursuing the same thing you are pursuing. Your case is different. Don't just think all of us are university. No, some people, their father forced them to be here. Some people are going to commit crime so that they can leave here and go back to whatever the father forced them to come here. Your father is paying millions to put you here. If you follow them, you are coming back to Uniport too. He said, no way, no Uniport for me. I'm not saying Uniport is bad, please forgive me. By the time, the kind of course he wanted to read, the place he was reading was going to be better than this other side. I said, I'm paying millions to make sure that you are there. Do this one. I said, what's your vision? In that school, he talk here. I said, what's your vision in your life? He talk here. I said, okay, what are your values? I said, vision is, so under direction, let me just help you now. Under direction, the first one is vision. Ask the young person. Ask them, where do you see yourself? What do you want to be? What are the problems you want to solve in the future? That is how to help them create a vision. So my son said he wants to help to solve the social problem. He wants to do computer this and that. He wants to produce this and that. He was talking about vision. And I told him, okay, that's what you want to do. How about your academic vision? So you have vision in every area. Your academic vision. You're this one, you're this one. One time they closed one semester. He said he wanted to stay back in Lagos and then go and join his friends to go for, just hang out. He told the mother said, talk to your daddy. So when he came to me, he already know how he's going to go. I said, what are you going there to do? I said, can you give me the profile of the people that you are going out there with? What are you people going to do? So we want to watch movie, we want to do this one. I said, no, movie you can watch anywhere. What else? He said, okay. And I said, see, my normal self I won't lie, but I want to teach you something. When you go there, be talking about what will happen. You are leaving school, you are graduating next year. Be talking about what will happen after you have graduated. Engage them. Even if they don't have idea, you should bring it. Let them know your father is speaking through you. Be talking about what is the next thing. Are you going to do masters? What's your next plan? I say you need to build relationship beyond campus. You need to I was talking to this thing, but guess what happened? On the day, there's supposed to be 8 people. Only 1 person came and joined him. He felt so bad because the amount of money I spent to keep him in Lagos was not as simple. Because I had to fly from his school to VGC, stay in VGC, from there go to the place, and had to do boats or ties twice, from there to airport up and down. By the time he finished all the money I spent, only 1 person came. He felt very bad. Then when he came, he said, Dad, now I understand what you are saying. It's not everybody that have a great vision. Those people that they just want to come and watch movie, I think, but they didn't even come up, that. I say, see, if I ask you not to go, you think I'm a bad father. I'm telling you that where you are going and where some of these people are going are not the same. But now he has learned something from me. Then I asked him, still under number 3, under direction. Your voice must be directional. Number 3. Number 2, I asked him, what are your values? What is value? Value is how must I behave? Your voice must also help the next generation develop values. What are the ways I must behave to be able to achieve that vision? Visions don't achieve themselves. There is a particular way you have to behave to be able to even achieve that. So part of what I did, I have my own on my tab. I wish I can show you. If you can see from far, there are things on my tab, this thing. So this is my name. X, I use wisdom for my own. Okay, W stands for wisdom, X for system, this one for discipline, for master. So I asked him, his name is Covenant. I said, okay, maybe you try my own. Use your style, but try my style. Create your name, your values with your name. So my daughter, her name is Grace. It's okay. G, it stands for godliness. Okay. Arrow stands for what? This one. Okay. A stands for what? This one. C stands for what? This one. E stands for what? This one. He mentioned all of them. So you know what that means? When I'm having conversation with them, I'm not having conversation based on their values. So let me give you a good example. So she calls me. The brother did not even call me. That one not concerned that boy. No, he's the girl that called me, but they're in the same university. He called me and said, Dad, this is Valentine. Things are happening on this campus. Daddy, hey, people are bringing $1 as money bouquet. I cannot believe this. Do you know that one boy sold his laptop to buy something for his girlfriend? The story not be here. He talk. I say, really? Wow. He said, really? He said, yes. He said, huh? And we saw condoms. People who were using condoms. In fact, Father, I cannot tell this, but I must tell you, you're my best friend. He said, you know what, Daddy? There were two girls fighting. 1 year 1 and year 2 fighting over a boy. I can't even believe it. And the boy is not even fine. You know what is preserving her there? Is the values. Those values guide her. And I say, how about you? He said, yeah, there's one boy like that. No, one boy. I say, yes. One boy. I said, talk to me now. Talk to me. Let Jesus. He said, that is just for your ear. I said, what am I doing in my life? Tell me the story. He said, there's one boy that said that they want them to hang out. He said, I'm not your friend. He said, no, we don't need to be friends to meet out. Or they say, when you see, that has to do with sex. There's a language they call it. Make out. Make out. Thank you. You know the name of this lady. He said, let us make. I said, no, we are not friends. He said, I don't even know how she. I think they're in a group. So he picked my name from the group. I was asking, how did he even get your number? He said, we're in a group. He picked my number from the group and was chatting up and down. And then he did this one. Before I know that, I saw the way he was going. I said, no. He said, are you not 18 years? He said, yes. He said, why are 18 years? I said, behaving like this. That means you're not behaving like daddy's girl. What's the meaning of that? I mean, by the time my girl finished with him, I sent her money to support her value system. You see what I'm talking about? But now there are people who have lost their virginity just by going. Do you know what it means? Two girls, year 1, year 2, fighting over a boy. What are they going? What kind of grade would they come out of school from? If you start fighting for a boy year 1, at youth service, what will you do? Would you kill somebody? You shoot God now. So the first one is what? Under direction. The first one is what? Vision. Number 2 is what? Value. Number 3 is that you must also show them what I call strategy. Strategy is about how do you make this thing happen. Vision is where you want to do. Values is how you need to behave to get there. Strategy is now how will you. So I took time. Please, I want to encourage you. Parenting requires a lot. I had to take time to talk to them about strategy on how to read books. Strategy on how to make sure they're in a fellowship, join this one. You took all different areas of their lives, including food, including managing their money. The first time that my daughter went to school, I gave her money. My God. I just hope she's not watching this, but even if she watches, I know she knows I'm telling the truth. So I used to give her brother money. I give the brother money once in a month. I gave this girl money close to 200,000. The money was supposed to be 200,000 per month, so I gave her 150. I kept 50,000, as though I knew. In 7 days, this girl finished 150. Some of you might not be a big money for you. In 7 days, because that time we couldn't get her card open because she's still a minor. So they were using I gave her one of my account and gave her the ATM of one of my accounts. I was just seeing a lot. Pam, 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 pam. Fruity, smoothie. I said, what's happening here? I called her. I said, my daughter, what I gave you was supposed to last you for 3 weeks. It's only 50,000 per week. Now you finish it in 7 days. He said, Dad, as I just came, I had to buy the essentials. I said, talk to me, baby girl. Talk to me. And by the time she finished talking, I said, you know what's going to happen then? I'm going to give you the remaining 50. Anyhow you like, you do it. But you see, to add extra, I'm not adding for you. Guess what she did? She started becoming more prudent with the last 50. All that time that she will eat breakfast, eat lunch, then eat brunch before lunch, and then eat dinner, then do top up. Because how do you know this in this woman? I'm suspecting you. It's like you're the one that write the curriculum for these people. And then she just come back like this. She added weight. And I said, people go to school slim down. You came back, you added weight. So we're going to have conversation about it. I said, no, you know what? Your brother can handle money. You can send him 200 or 250 a month. He will not call me again. You, 1 month is not working. I'll be giving you weekly. Yeah. Weekly. And this time around, you have to go and get your own ATM. Because the way I saw your money, you'll be giving me high blood pressure. Let us go and get your own. You'll be using your own. Before you know what happened, you said, Dad, that time I didn't give money. I just remember that I learned to have a skill. And then I started making hair. I made so amount of money. So whether you gave me or not, that time I didn't bother. In fact, I have money now. I say, I call her big. I say, no, don't touch my money. Oh. Give me your own money. That one is my money of my hard work. Oh. Don't touch my money. Oh. Her hard work. That one is money of her hard work. They don't spend that one anyhow, but that is own. They can spend anyhow. So I'm trying to bring it down to make it as practical as possible. You have to develop a strategy that works for them in different areas. I'm just giving you templates. The real work is when you engage them. Let me go. Okay, so how do you help your child discover his or her true north? Okay, no, before I leave that one, please. I've thought about potential, purpose, right? Direction. Under direction, I did 3 things. One is what? Vision, values, and what? Strategy. The last thing under that thing is identity. Identity. You have to burn their understanding of identity and who they are in their minds. They must know who they are. They must swallow who they are deeply in their hearts and in their minds. Knowing that, you see, all of us, we act from our identity. In other words, who am I? Whose am I? You know how our parents used to tell us that time when we are going to school? What would they tell us? You know which family you came from. All right? That's their own way of saying identity. All right? To make sure that you are conscious, I must not disgrace my family. I said, see, you know the name Osiri. You say, yes, I said, you are carrying a big name. And they have seen that work for them. They have gone to, airport, and people offer them extra value because of their father's name. They have gone to, a place they were paying. And then look and say, you are Pastor Wisdom's son. He said, yes. He said, don't worry, I'll pay for you. So they have enjoyed value. I say, that name that you are enjoying, there is somebody that built it. Don't come and spoil this name. This name has given you food. This name has opened door for you. This name have done this for you. So I had to burn into them the identity. Thank you, my brother. Let's celebrate Pastor for being a caring pastor. Thank you, sir. Your people, your children, your people you are mentoring must have their identity. Sorry, endure with me. I still have 7 minutes more. So let's go. So it's very important for you to know that. All right? Identity. Now, so how do you help them discover, their true north? Number 1, through their relationship with God. You see, God is our manufacturer, right? They cannot know their true north without God. So through prayers, there are 3 things there. Through prayers, through Bible study, through spiritual, sensitivity, that is their relationship with God has to be strong. That's how you can help them in the spiritual dimension. You see, one of the things I've come to know, people of God, is that one of the best gifts you can give your children is to burn a passion for God in their heart. I need to say that again. Please write it down in capital letter. For staying this long, staying to the end, this one you are getting the best. One of the greatest things you can do for your children is to burn a passion for God in their heart. Long after you are no longer there, the passion for God you have given them can cause them to stand over everything. Do you know? It was identity and relationship with God that made the man Joseph to stand and say, Potiphar's wife, me and you get nothing to do here. It's not that Potiphar's wife was not fine. The babe, not fine babe. To be married by the second or third in command in a nation is not a small something. And then David had his own story. Then Daniel. Do you know Daniel? Daniel was in a foreign land, but he refused. He said, I will not defile myself. Why? The parents has bought, I don't know which English is the best. They have burnt a passion for God. What can make your children survive even without you is not just what you are saying. I'm taking it to the next level. You have to burn a passion for God. In my family, we are eight children, 6 boys, 2 girls. Out of the 6 boys, 4 of us are pastors. And my elder brothers and my other brother, they are very handsome. I'm not sure I can be grouped among the handsome people. These people, they are very handsome people. If not the way my father and mother burnt God in us, it would have been every semester we come back from race. And I said, oh, girls going to get pregnant. But because they burnt a passion for God in our heart. You see us in church for choir rehearsal. You are going to see us for boys brigade. You see us for castle. You see us for all kinds of things. We are going deeper into God. Please don't think that your children or the people that you are leading, they are too young to encounter God. That is one of the best gifts you can give them. So through relationship, go number 2. Through their design, understanding their design. What does that mean? Understanding what they do well naturally. The problem they solve naturally. Where people normally seek help from them. You know, our callings are hidden in our wiring. When I was going to be a pastor, you know, I told my father after I finished my master's, I finished science for administration, science of marketing, and all those things. I got a job in one bank. But I told my father, I'm not sure I want to work in this bank. I think my money is in my mouth. He said, what do you mean by that? I said, I just like talking to people. I cannot jog and sit in the bank collecting money. I'm not sure that one is bad, but I'm telling about me. And, you know, my father died 9 years ago. Before he died, he made a very profound statement. He said, my son, I'm happy I allowed you to do what God wanted you to do. In other words, that was my true north. My mother is still alive. Some days when I go and visit her, he said, where are you coming from? I said, I'm in New York, I'm in Abuja, I'm here, I'm in Uganda, I'm here. She now say, Andy. I say, Mom, he said, that time you told Daddy that your money is in your mouth. Your money is really in your mouth. And my money is in my mouth. I go to do trainings for people. I go to NLNG. I go to Shell. I speak for them 1 hour. And they send me 1 million. My God. Hey, that is money in the mouth. That is somebody's salary for 10 months. In fact, somebody's salary for 1 year. Yes. It's not everybody, everywhere I go, they do that for me. But church or anything like this, I don't tell them anything. I don't charge them money. But it's to understand. All right? I know. I can't do this one. I can do this one. You have to help your children. That's where the Montessori education concept wins. Because he helps the children to focus on their strength. So I want to encourage you. All right? 1, God. Number 2, what? Know their design. Know what they are made for. Number 3, help them appreciate seasons. Use your voice to help them understand seasons. Sometimes these children, they are too fast. They want to be too fast. I don't know about you. When I gave birth to our first son about 19 years ago, when the boy came out, my mother called me. He said, Andy. I said, fine. He said, how is the boy doing? He said, fine. I said, when you give birth to a child, it may take like 2-3 days for the eye to open. So don't worry, he'll be fine. I said, what are you talking about? I said, the boy came out with eye open. All the 3 of them, they came out. Your children come out with their eye open. I said, I never experienced any of my child come out from the womb and do like this. They came out with their eye open. You know how this thing that parents used to teach children that you are doing eye, use eye to communicate to them. So one day, my wife and I were trying to use eye to communicate to our children. And my daughter asked my wife, Mom, are you okay? Anything paining in your eye? You know that thing your mother can use eye and tell you who to open door for, who not to open door, who to give water, who not to give water with, just with eye alone. You try with this generation, they will ask you whether something is wrong with your eyes. So you have to teach them seasons, that this life is full of seasons. I see young boys, young girls, they want to make money and they want to make it fast. And that takes them to all kinds of things. These days we have Yahoo Plus, betting. I'm dealing with it. Do you know a school brought 4 children. They are all in primary 6, not secondary, primary 6. They are already doing betting. They're already doing betting. In primary 6, they're already doing betting. Hey, what a caring pastor. Let's celebrate our pastor for being a caring pastor. Number 4. I have 2 minutes more. Let me run this. Number 4 is that you have to also do a lot of mentoring for them. Nobody finds purpose alone. Guidance has a way of shortening their journey. You have to be a voice for the generation that is yet to come. Few things that the next generation need, and that's why you must be a voice. Number 1, they need clarity. Many are very confused. Now you are hearing identity crisis, and you are hearing things like mental health. When we were small, did you hear about mental health when you were small? Now, 17 years, 20, 19 years, you are mental health. You are on mental health. We need to show them clarity. Number 2, you have to show them the truth. People are lying to them. You have to tell them the truth. Sometimes to tell them the truth might be difficult, but you have to tell them the truth, that this is the truth. So for you to be the voice, few things you need to do. I'm rushing this. Few things you need to do to be the voice. Live before you say anything. In other words, model what you want to tell them. Model it. Model it. Don't try to, force it. Model it. Let me just tell a story on this modeling, because the way it is, I cannot finish my notes. But let me just, even with this model, you understand. So we used to teach our children that one day my wife and I, we did a study with the children. We told them about leaders. Talk about leadership. Say, a leader does not throw things from a moving vehicle. A leader will use many things. So one day, I was going to Uyo with my wife. And then we bought corn, just boiled corn with peas. Thank God corn is coming out now. And then we started eating the corn. Boiled corn, now you remove it from the cobs and all that, and I ate. When we finished eating, I told the driver, Amos, wind down the car. He wound it down. I just carried everything and threw inside the bush. My son that was sitting by said, "Shout, Dad! That's bad. You're not a good leader." I said, what did I do now? He said, "Daddy, you threw something out of the vehicle." I tried to use manpower. I said, "No. My ego of a man don't allow me bad." I say, "You cannot come and insult me in front of my driver and my wife. What's wrong with you?" And I said, "No, that place is a bush." I threw. He said, "Daddy, you taught us that. Leaders don't throw things in a moving vehicle." He said, "Daddy, was the car moving or not?" I said, "No, even though it was moving, I threw inside a bush, so it can be a manure." He said, "Daddy, did you plant anything there?" Then I don't know, I think I shouted or did something like that. Everybody kept, how you misbehave and mistalk. The whole car became silent. Nobody was talking to, no more play, no more laughter. Everybody kept face straight like that. When we arrived, my wife said, "This thing you did now, this thing you just did now, you are confused this boy. Better go and clear it up." I said, "What they clear? All these children, they just do I too know. I just After a while, I called the young man. I said, "I'm so sorry about that, even though I say it's manure, it's not really manure. You should still not throw things out of a moving vehicle. I'm so sorry, I made a mistake. Next time, I will not do it." You know what he did? He gave me a high five. He said, "Yes, now you are a leader back." You know why? Your children, they will hear your action stronger than your voice. Please rise on your feet. Let me stop here today. Thank you for having me. I hope that these few points of mine have been able to help you. You have to first of all be before you start to teach them. Is it okay for us to pray briefly for our children and just pray for everyone that God will make us a voice, that we are going to be a voice to the people that we are called to, walk with and live with. And people we are going to raise as a generation that will be a blessing to them. Father, we thank you. Let's just pray for our children and for everyone that God has called us to be a blessing to. People who God has called us to, be in their lives. And then we are ultimately, seeing the lives of these people change. Somebody just pray and trust God for a turnaround. Trust God for his increase. Trust God that you will become a better, voice for the next generation in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus. Father, we thank you. We give you all of the praise for what you have done. Thank you for every speaker that has spoken from morning till now. We pray, oh God, that the grace to do all the things that we have learned you give to us. in the name of Jesus. We resist the spirit of forgetfulness and we tap into the things that we need to learn to the glory of your name. In Jesus' gracious name we have prayed. Somebody shout a living amen. Somebody shout a living amen.
Thank you, sir.